Bill Harris, you were CEO back in the day before it was acquired by eBay.
Well, back in the day, it was 15 years ago.
So you had to deal with all those unruly PayPal mafia guys.
Yes.
But what advice do you have for Dan Schulman?
Well, I think he's got to maintain the company's relevance. I mean, it is a 15-year-old company now, and many of the mechanisms that it uses really haven't changed that much in that intervening 15 years.
Now, one of the things you say that's not being talked about is that PayPal is basically trying to be an alternative bank, whereas Apple, Google, and their wallet products are not. Can you explain why this is significant?
Well, it's significant for the following reason. Apple Pay, Google Wallet, what they are is delivery mechanisms of a payment system, such as a card, to the merchants. PayPal is essentially a substitute for a card. And so PayPal really, ideally, would get into the ecosystem of Apple Pay and Google Wallet. In fact, they tried to do that. There was a big deal with Apple Pay and PayPal that was being worked on last year, and it all blew apart when PayPal tried to do a simultaneous deal with Samsung.
Right. Right, and David Marcus then went on to, the former head of PayPal went on to Facebook.
Right.
Do you think PayPal can succeed as a banking alternative?
Well, it has so far. That's exactly what it is. It's an alternative to using a credit card online. I think the real question is, can they go from online dominance, and of course they're the gorilla there, more than 100 million customers and huge reach, but they've struggled and so far failed to find the formula to move into mobile or retail.
And there's so much happening there with Apple Wallet and Google Wallet, Square, and Stripe on the back end. How does PayPal compete? How well do you think PayPal will compete in this world?
You know, I think they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle because there is so much more momentum in the mobile and retail space from other players than PayPal, and they're playing catch-up. Yeah, they're separating, they're spinning off now, which is a great thing. It allows them to focus on, you know, this rapidly innovating field. But this is a long process and a complex process, and it's been in the works for quite a while, and I think it's a positive, but it's really not going to see, you know, great results for, you know, 6 to 12 months.
So you think even post-split, there's, you know, huge challenges
I think,
ahead?
yeah, huge challenges.
Struggle.
Huge challenges.
How big do you think the company can be, market cap?
Well, you know, I don't want to forecast that, but I do think they're going to have real difficulty with growth. Mm-hmm. You know, if you look at the innovation that's happening in the business, there is so many new entrants that are doing things in new and better ways. PayPal has really focused on acquisitions in order to get their innovation.
Like Braintree. I want to talk to you about personal capital, you know, where you currently are, and you focus on personal finance. You just launched a new retirement calculator. I wonder how retirement planning has changed with these tech tools.
Well, I think it's changed dramatically, because if you think about retirement planning, so few people feel prepared for it. We just did a poll, a Harris poll. The majority of people in this country do not feel prepared for retirement. Only 14% even know how much they need to retire. And one of the reasons is that retirement planning has traditionally been a very cumbersome and difficult process. What technology is allowing us to do is make that process simple and easy.
And yet there's been, you know, a lack of innovation in the financial industry to adapt new technology.
Well, there's been a big, I mean, it's a slow-moving industry. I mean, it should be a rapid innovator in the technology space, but it just hasn't been. And so what you're seeing now over the past 2 years is a real spurt in technology, bringing technology to financial questions. I mean, we just launched on Monday our own retirement planner, and it works so much better than traditional techniques. It grabs all of your important information electronically and feeds that into a planning tool that allows you to have very accurate and sophisticated projections, but do it in minutes.